Welcome back. I just want to do a quick video on swapping the encoders on these DC servos that I have from the original Prolight encoders to the new encoders that I'm going to be using here, which are the CY device AMT102 encoders from Automation Direct. As a side note, if you reach out to Automation Direct for any kind of social media discounting, they tell you that they won't give you any discounts until you spend $50,000 for your next purchase. So yeah, they not sponsored. So that being said, I went through and I loosened up the screws on this one. I had a previous video and I couldn't get the screws loose on this one. So I'm gonna have to work at that one. But anyway, I went through and I loosened the screws on this particular servo to make it easier for filming purposes. But what you want to do is you just want to crack these button heads free. And then back them out. And you have to hold on to them because the new encoders don't come with mounting hardware. If you need longer screws, then you're going to have to hit up your local hardware store, because these ones aren't really the longest in the world. They do work, but they're not, there's only a couple of threads of engagement. I don't think they're going to go anywhere, but just keep that in mind. And if you see the camera shake a little bit, I'm putting my hand through my tripod to get to the screws. So just bear with me. I'm trying to work the kinks out of this. I got a tripod mount for my phone. That's why the video quality is so good. So we got those, and then on the shaft, there's 1, 2 set screws. Crack those free, and then this just slides right off. Anybody needs encoders, let me know. So I'll open this up. And inside of this box comes with a little baggie, and inside the baggie we've got 2 different kinds of mounting plate for different hole patterns and mounting provisions. Here. It's got this little press tool that we'll use once we get the spacer in place. We got our series of spacers. Our actual encoder. These are 2078 pulse per revolution. These aren't the finer ones that they have. They offer a different one that's a 4096 pulse per revolution. But the issue with that is that they were back ordered, so I got these, and they're dip switch configurable. The slightly better ones are PC app configurable, but I figured for what I'm going to be using them for, these should be just fine. So this is what the actual encoder looks like. A little circuit board underneath and metal housing on the top. So the first thing we want to do is we want to take our spacer of proper size, which in my case is the dark blue one for the 8mm shaft diameter. All right, so take the blue spacer. The blue spacer then goes on to shaft like so. Oh, sorry. The right side, shaft like so. Then we take this little wrench looking thing. Now this isn't really a wrench, it's just a plastic spacer that you slide up onto the shaft itself, and then you can push this little friction lock collet, really is all it is, down onto it. Then we take the black cap that's inside the bag as well. It's a little black cap. Make sure there's nothing in it, because this one's got the white spacer inside of it, so I'll pop that out. Let's take the wrench, put it on. Slide this down against it. slide the black cap on top. Once black cap is on top, we take the setting tool, put it on, and then just using finger pressure, kind of click it in place. You can hear when it's tight because the little click clicks stop. Now that's on there and that's tight. Take the wrench out, take the tool off. There goes the tripod. Take the tool off, and now we've got our drive in place. Once the drive is in place, take these little standoffs off of here. Take the wing body like so, and figure out which direction you want to put it. You can put it one of two ways. Doesn't really matter which way it goes, but take our existing button head screws. Just give those a little snug. If you want to put thread locker on them, by all means, go for it. Once we have that, we can take our encoder, slide it onto the shaft, make sure the teeth line up, slide it onto the shaft like so, and then just give it kind of a little turn to get it lined up. Once it's there, then it'll just snap into place. If you need to remove it, you just lift these little tabs here and then lift the encoder out. That's pretty much it. The configuration, like I said, is dip switches. That's underneath the encoder itself, so you'd have to take it off, flip it over, take a look at what the dip switches say to get the proper resolution that you're looking for. And then on the 102s, it uses a straight out pin header. On the 103s, they're angled up this way. That's the only difference between the 102 and the 103. So that's pretty much it. I've got both of the motors that I need with the encoders on them. They're mounted, ready to go. Once I get my pulleys and my motor drives, I'll be able to get these working and see how well they do. Thanks for watching, and we will see you soon.